Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to episode 7 of the Jonathan Falco Show. I am Jonathan Falco, as always, and today's Friday, and we're actually doing a Jonathan Falco Show today. It feels like it's been forever since we've done one on a Friday. This is the actual designated time for the show to be on, and we're actually doing it. I've been so busy these past 2 Fridays, whether it's 4th of July or just spending time with family. I mean, it's been ridiculous the amount of times that I've wanted to do a show, and I just don't want to half-ass a show. I don't. That's why for the past couple of episodes, it's been on a Monday. But now we're back on Fridays. Monday there'll be a video. I'm sorry I didn't post anything on Wednesday. I really got caught up in some other things. Got too busy, and again, I don't want to half-ass stuff for you guys. So, Bo Stevens season preview. I keep messing that up for some reason. It's whether I want to name it the draft preview, which isn't a draft preview, it's a season preview, or a rookie breakdown, whatever you want to call it. I title it rookie breakdown. It looks a lot better. But you can also call it a season preview. I'm going to be doing season previews for the vets as well, but I do want to get the rookies out of the way. I might do the season previews in bulk. So the remaining, I guess, month of the Jonathan Falco Show will probably be season previews of a boatload of people, whether it's JSN, Leonard Williams, who we're going to be talking about today, Sam Darnold, Torrey Horton, who's coming back from an injury. That isn't the list. That isn't the schedule. I'm going to make a schedule to make things a bit more consistent for you guys, just so you guys know what's coming up, so I know what to prepare for coming up. But really, I'm excited for this. We do have a really good amount of Seahawks stuff to talk about today, which feels like this is the first time that we're actually talking about majority Seahawks news on the show, because I obviously on Monday and Wednesday shows, videos, which if you haven't gone and seen them, links are in the description. Nothing on Wednesday, but Monday, I believe. Who do we do on Monday? We did a rookie breakdown on Monday, but if you haven't seen that, go and see that now, because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think we did Julian Neal on Monday. That's right, we did Julian Neal on Monday, and then we were gonna do Bo Stevens on Wednesday. We're waiting till the very end. We're waiting till the very last rookie breakdown to do Bud Clark, because he is my absolute favorite. So Emmanuel Henderson, I was gonna do a segment on him today. I'm definitely not doing a video, but with the amount of Seahawks stuff, I kind of want to stretch things out a little bit. And in case there's a week where there isn't a whole lot of Seahawks content, I'll put Emmanuel Henderson, a rookie breakdown, of Emmanuel Henderson in replacement of that. So we actually have some Seahawks stuff to talk about on the channel always. But again, nothing too crazy about Henderson. He's going to be a special teams guy. If you don't want to watch that, I completely understand. But which is why I want to make it the show. I don't want to make it an individual video, because again, he's a wide receiver from Kansas. He's got some decent stuff, but he's going to be a special teams guy for us, because our wide receiver room is just way too loaded. All right, well, enough of that. Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. And we are going to talk about Leonard Williams, as I mentioned before, because per ESPN, he is the number one defensive tackle in football. I mean, this is last season. He was the number one defensive tackle in football last season. And I know a lot of Seahawks fans like to praise their guys, and I get that. I'm a praiser. Listen, I believe that Mike McDonald should have won Coach of the Year. Him and Ben Johnson should have been the running. Mike Vrabel shouldn't have stood a chance. I think JSN was easily better than Puka Nacua. Not easily, but comfortably better than Puka Nacua last year. I like talking good about our guys, but I'm also a realist. And when I say that Leonard Williams being the number one defensive tackle in football last year is a huge reach, I mean, that's probably going to piss people off. I'm not going to lie. It's probably going to piss a lot of Seahawks fans off. Watch his film. I love Leonard Williams. I do. But he's actually one of my favorite players on this defense. I believe I said that a week ago. But at the same time, you're putting Leonard Williams over Jeffrey Simmons at the bare minimum. Let's say there's an argument to be made that Leonard Williams is the number 2 defensive tackle in football. Let's say there is, which I still disagree with that. But let's say there is. There is no world where I have Leonard Williams over a first-team All-Pro and Jeffrey Simmons. No world. Well, Leonard Williams is not even a Pro Bowler, I don't believe, right? I don't believe he even made it to the Pro Bowl this year. That said, Leonard Williams is very good. He deserves to be in that top 5 conversation. I'm not denying that. He is probably number 5 to me. But in no world is he better than Jeffrey Simmons. I'm sorry, there's no world. I'm going to read you the list of top 10 defense tackles in a second. This is per ESPN, not my ranking, because this is a fucking putrid list. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now, which shouldn't come as a surprise, because frankly, for ESPN, I mean, this is kind of a clickbait kind of article because there's no fucking way people believe this, right? I mean, again, we'll get into it in a second. But my 5 in no order. Well, actually, this is kind of the order. I mean, you might be able to flip some people around, but my top 5 is Jeffrey Simmons is 1, undisputed, first team All Pro, absolutely. Quinnen Williams is 2, and Cameron Hayward is 3. Which I would alternate. You can alternate Quinnen Williams and Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward's one of the best defensive tackles in football. He has been for a reason. He's ridiculous pretty much everywhere you put him. He's a great pass rusher. He's a great run defender. I mean, he's the ideal defensive tackle. The problem is Jeffrey Simmons just does it better. And Dexter Lawrence, of course. He's a great pressures guy, for sure, at nose, for sure. So he's got to be there. And I put Leonard Williams at 5. I do. Simmons is the absolute best pass rushing defensive tackle in football. He gets a boatload of pressures. I don't know how in any world can you put Leonard Williams above him. I can't. I can't do it. But here's ESPN's rankings for top 10 defensive tackles. So Leonard Williams, as we mentioned, is 1. They have Jeffrey Simmons at 2. So they have him in the top 2. So it's not like a ridiculous falling off for Simmons here. But okay, it is Simmons at 2. And this is where it gets ridiculous. What the fuck? How the fuck do you put Jalen Carter at 3? In what world? How can you look at me in the eyes and say Jalen Carter is a top 3 defensive tackle? No way. Chris Jones at 4? He's not that good anymore, guys. This seems like the people that vote on the Pro Bowl voted for this. And listen, there's a lot of Seahawks. I wouldn't be surprised if some fuckers that voted for the Pro Bowl decided to be like, yeah, this is who we want. I mean, I don't even know if Leonard Williams is the Pro Bowler last year, nor do I really give a shit. Oh, well, he couldn't have played. I don't even know. I don't even remember the Seahawks that were even put in the Pro Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you. Because, obviously, when you're in the Super Bowl, you don't play in the Pro Bowl. So, let's see. We have Leonard Williams, as I said. Jeffrey Simmons, Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter where it gets pathetic. Chris Jones is falling off. Derek Brown. This is where I don't despise him being in the top 10. I don't. He's very good. If you haven't watched Derek Brown tape, go and watch it. He's very good. But they're putting Derek Brown over Quinnen Williams, Dexter Lawrence, and Zach Allen. I put all 3 of those guys ahead of him. I would put Derek Brown right below Zach Allen, and I would have it as I said, Simmons, Williams, Hayward, Lawrence, Big Cat, and then you could put Zach Allen, and then you can put Derek Brown. And then Chris Jones would be 8. I would put Byron Murphy at 9, and then maybe you could put a Milton Williams or a Jordan Davis at 10. That's what I would do. I didn't forget anybody, did I? I hope I didn't. I don't have a top 10 list in front of me. I have a top 5, and that's what I just told you. Let's continue. Number 6, Quinnen Williams. What the fuck? I mean, this guy's easily top 3. Number 7, Dexter Lawrence. This guy's also should be a top 5. Chris Jones should not be in the top 5 conversation. I'm sorry, he's not. In 2026, he is not a top 5 defensive tackle. He's top 10, but not top 5. He might be borderline top 10. Let's continue. I said Quinnen Williams at 6, Dexter Lawrence at 7, Zach Allen at 8. Okay, I respect him for putting Allen in the top 10. I do. Number 9, Milton Williams. Milton Williams is very solid. Don't get me wrong. But Milton Williams is also the beneficiary of an easy schedule. A lot of what the Patriots did this year, and I've said this before, I'm going to make NFL predictions in August when everyone in the grandma says it, or does theirs. But one of my early predictions is that I think the Patriots missed the playoffs this year. I do. The AFC East is very weak. Don't get me wrong. And they're probably going to split with Buffalo. They're probably going to beat Buffalo once. But their schedule was a lot harder than last year. And that's just pure fact. So I think what Milton Williams did in a very weak division and with a very weak schedule should be held with an asterisk. Should be treated with an asterisk. Because he's, again, has very good numbers. You can look, he was very good all around. He's a very good all-around defensive tackle. But what will he do against top-tier talent this year? I'm very intrigued with what the Patriots are doing this year, but I don't think Milton Williams is a top 10 defensive tackle. I don't think he will be next year. Jordan Davis is very good. Is he better than Byron Murphy? No. I actually, did I put Davis over Murphy? I don't think I did when I just listed my firing away top 10. My off the top of the dome top 10. I'm trying to play with words, but I can't do that for some reason. But Byron Murphy should be up here. Nowhere higher than 8, I don't think. There's an argument to be made at 8. Nowhere higher. He's I don't know how you don't have him on this list. I believe ESPN had him as an honorable mention, literally the first name. But there's no way he's not better than Jordan Davis. There's no way he's not better than Milton Williams. And it's comparable with Derek Brown. I'd actually put him over Derek Brown. I think he's 7. Or is that 8? He's 7. And I think people can argue with Derek Brown. I like Byron Murphy. He's the best run defender or run defending defensive tackle. That's hard to say in football. I do believe that. And Cam Hayward's up there. But the thing with Cam Hayward is that he's a great pass rusher too. He gets a lot of pressures. Cam Hayward is top 2 in run defending, I think, in my opinion. He's up there with Jeffrey Simmons and obviously up there with Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy is the pure number 1. Him and Big Cat together had the best interior defensive line when it came to run defending. I remember a few years ago when, who knows who I can't even off the top of my head remember who was on that defensive line before Leonard Williams got there. And how putrid that Seahawks run defense was. Because, my goodness, I'm actually going to look up the 2022 Seahawks depth chart real quick because I do want to compare them. Because this was, keep in mind, right before we got Big Cat. We traded for him, I believe, or did we get him in 2022 or did we trade him for him in 2023? I believe we traded for him in 2023. But let's see. We had Shelby Harris, who we got from the Rush trade. That's right. I believe, was he a rental? I believe he was a rental. Because I believe we just decided not to pay him, which rightfully so. Quentin Jefferson. Seriously. And let's see. Who else we had? We had nose tackle. We had Al Woods. I liked Al Woods. Okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. I was a big fan of Al Woods. But Brian Moan? Oh my goodness, this is bad. Miles Adams didn't play. This is a future list, and now what we have now, guys, we gotta be grateful for the now. We do. Oh my goodness, what John Schneider did, what Mike McDonald did to this defense. Oh my goodness, we cannot forget this. I am not going to forget it. Neither should you guys. This is in all sports. This is how you build a championship team, because you draft well. You trade well, which I was wrong about Leonard Williams initially. I thought that we paid him too much initially when we first traded for him. Oh, I was dead wrong. I was so wrong. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I was dead wrong. I'm going to admit to you guys when I'm wrong. Over the course of the year, when schedule does change, because I said that in the first episode that this schedule isn't going to be permanent forever, because keep in mind, we're going to be doing a boatload of fun stuff during the NFL season. This is just to get you guys through the summer. But again, this is going to be fun. But again, that's my list. Honestly, I think ESPN's is absolutely pathetic. Byron Murphy's on it. Oh yeah, by the way, Cam Hayward's not even on the ESPN's top 10 defensive tackles list, and he's top 3 in my opinion. How the fuck is Cam Hayward not on the ESPN top 10 defensive tackle list? How? He clears Jordan Davis. He clears Milton Williams, significantly better than Zach Allen. Up there with Dexter Lawrence. He's up there with Quinnen Williams. And by the way, ESPN has him at 7 and 6. Lawrence and Williams. He's miles better than Derek Brown, miles better than Chris Jones. He's better than Jalen Carter. He's not better than Jeffrey Simmons, and he's better than Leonard Williams. He is. That's a terrible list. Terrible list. Speaking of terrible, NFL analysts, man. How do these people get jobs? How the fuck do people like this get jobs? I don't know these people. I don't. A lot of these people I'm just not familiar with. I'm familiar with, there's a list of, let's see here. I think there's 7 people here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people. I'm going to throw them up on the screen for you guys. There's Colleen Wolfe, an NFL media host. Nick Shook, an NFL.com writer that I never heard about. Lance Zierlin, Grant Gordon, Dan Parr, Brooke Kursosimo, and Bucky Brooks. These are the 7 analysts that we're going to go through right now about the 2026 Seahawks schedule prediction. Colleen Wolfe I'm familiar with. I like Colleen Wolfe, and she has us at a realistic 11 and 6. I think that's fair. Nick Shook, 15-2. That's way too good. Well, listen, we have to play the Rams and Niners twice a year, and we don't have an easy schedule next year. Gotta be realistic here, folks. We're not going 15-2. No way. Lance Steerline, again, 10-7. That's a bit low for us, a reigning champion team. I think we're 12-5, personally. Let me just put it out there. I think we're a 12-5 team next year. Where were we? We have Colin Wolf 11-6. Nick Shook, who I have no idea who he is, 15-2. Lance Steerline, same thing. Grant Gordon, same thing. I don't know who you are. 11-6 though. I think again fair, but I like 12-5, which is why I like Dan Parr, giving who I don't know who they are. 12-5. Brooke Kursasimo, don't know who they are. 11-6. This is where things get fucking screwed up. How the hell are you an NFL analyst that covers the NFL for a living, and you give the Seattle Seahawks a 7-10 record? Bucky Brooks, what the fuck is wrong with you? I believe he actually defended this because, hang on a minute, I have to figure out, let me see, it's on field goals. Let's see this. I really, really, really want to see what he said about this. Well, one, the division is hard. Brooks said. This is on field goals. It's a field goals article. But before we get to the division, this is a thing that I think everyone has to understand. And the 12s have been through this before. It is, really hard after you win a title to sustain yourself the next year. Are you fucking stupid? How would the 12s understand that? The Seahawks, when they won the Super Bowl in 48, they went back to the Super Bowl in 49, won a division, and were one of the best teams in the NFC, and went to the Super Bowl again. Are you that fucking stupid? Are you? I can't. This is me live reacting to this, by the way. I haven't even read this article before this. Normally the next hang on, I got an ad. Normally that next year, you come back, there's a few different things. There's some natural complacency that seeps in. The team is never the same, no shit. And the energy that you face from everybody is drastically different. With a team that's still on the young side, the maturity that is required to handle that is going to be a lot early. Then why the hell, with a an offensive coordinator that was the offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints of all fucking teams, a guy in Sam Darnold who had to learn a brand new system and what Clint Kubiak wanted. All the pressure on him. JSN, who had to step up as wide receiver one when DK Metcalf got traded, and Tyler Lockett left, or got released, I believe. Excuse me. And an offensive line that was considered one of the worst in the league, that came out to be arguably a top 10 offensive line. That's pressure. The Seahawks and Mike McDonald and Clint Kubiak and Adam Dirty handled that pressure and exceeded beyond that. Early on, and mind you, we started out the season cold because Nicky Memori was hurt. He got hurt on his first tackle, I believe. Julian Love got hurt for some time. I believe Devin Witherspoon missed a couple of games. And that was the one game where we had flaws, which was against Tampa, where we lost by 3 points. That was within the first 5 weeks of the season. We were 3-2 after 5? No, I believe we were 4-2. I believe we played 4-1. I believe we played Tampa week 6. But you get the idea. Oh my goodness. This guy's pathetic. There's some, let me see. I want to read this again. There's some natural complacency that seeps in. The team is never the same, and the energy that you face from everybody is drastically different. With a team that's still on the young side, the maturity that is required to handle that is going to be a lot early. This guy doesn't watch football. I'm convinced. And then with the changes that you have, Clint Kubiak, who I think is one of the top 5 play callers in football, okay, hey, that's a good take. He disappears. You lose the Super Bowl MVP in Kenneth Walker. You have some change that, to me, I just wonder, can you catch your lightning in a bottle all over again in a division that is increasingly tougher with the Niners and Rams loading up? Who the hell have the Niners gotten? The Rams got Myles Garrett. Okay, the Rams, that makes sense. He also said the Seahawks don't feel like a 7-10 team, but still stuck to his reasoning, and cited the historic lack of quarterbacks who even win back-to-back Super Bowls with the ones who accomplished that at that all Hall of Fame level. The rest of the NFL official preview video was was actually quite positive, and you can see every other record prediction had double-digit wins. Yeah, that's a what? Were you paid to say that, Bucky? He had to have been paid to say that. If you want to go watch this, whatever this is, analysis, I guess you can go watch it on YouTube. I'm probably gonna go watch it after this because you can't be that fucking stupid. And they got all these positives about the Seahawks, and then bash on them because our division's tough. Where we beat the Niners twice this past year, one including the playoffs. Beat the Rams twice, one including the playoffs. And one where, had Darnold not had the worst game of his career, we would have beaten them. And had, I'm blanking on the Rams punter's name, had he not perfectly placed a punt at the 1 yard line, in which the Seahawks were driving, and Jason Myers missed a 61-yarder. 61-yarder. What happens if he made that? Would we be having the same conversation? No, that we would be having the conversation that the Seahawks swept the Rams and were Abe Lucas missing a block from Nick Bosa, of all people, away from being a 16-1 team. 16-1. And we were Nicky Memori being away from being 17-0. I'm not being delusional. I'm a realist. I watched all 17 games. Bucky Brooks, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Go watch basketball. What do you do? What do you do? This isn't a personal attack. This is a take attack. Because there's no way. I don't like attacking people personally. I don't. But when it comes to football, and you want to go on the air and say some stupid shit like this, you accept being bashed for it. How the hell have you gone to North Carolina at Chapel Hill and make stupid takes like this? How the hell did you take 4 years of college at Chapel Hill and make stupid takes like this? Okay, enough. I'm being hypocritical. I'm saying he's personal. He's a bit personal. But very dumb take. Flat out stupid take. Really. Unbelievable. The rest of these people, these are arguable. I don't know what the fuck's Nick Shook's talking about, but I'm not gonna complain with his record 15-6. Oh shit, I would love that. 10-7, I'm not crazy about because listen, we're gonna beat a lot of the good teams that we play this year. Dan Parr is probably my favorite prediction. 12-5 is completely reasonable, and that's saying we split with the Rams, split with the Niners, and lose to a couple of pretty good teams. Like that's fair. And that's with losing an outside corner and losing our Super Bowl MVP, like Bucky Brooks said. Losing our Super Bowl MVP doesn't lose us 10 games. Whatever. Like I'm sick of it. All right, let's continue here. This is some interesting news. I'm not sure if we talked about this last week, but Terrion Arnold, with his whole thing, he was released with the Lions in June due to his alleged connection to armed robbery and kidnapping in February. And now there's generated interest that he could be coming to the Pacific Northwest and be playing for the Seahawks. Not a guarantee, again, because he's generating interest from multiple teams. But he was a solid corner in 2024 under Aaron Glenn. His rookie year, he had 47 tackles, was a solid corner. Nothing crazy, but untapped ceiling. He came from Alabama. There's a high ceiling, a high expectation of players that come from Alabama. There is. 6 foot 196, so pretty average sized corner. Seahawks are interested, Texans are interested, Colts are interested, and Jets are interested, which the Jets doesn't surprise me. They should not be an outlier because Aaron Glenn worked with him in Detroit. Those are the 4 teams that have all shown interest in him. Now the question is, a lot of Seahawks fans are against this idea, and I understand that. I do. Because, okay, you don't want somebody with bad vibes coming onto your team. But when you have Nick Saban writing a letter to the league about just showing his true character, about the greatest college football coach of all time, let Terrion Arnold into his family's house and spend time with his family and defend it. You can literally read the letter he sent, I believe, to the NFLPA. I could be wrong on that. I forgot where he sent it to. But just to consider that Nick Saban approves of his character, I don't know. Again, I'm not going to tell you guys, I'm not going to defend him for what he did. Because I don't know the whole situation. I don't. About what he did, his armed robbery connection and his kidnapping. I don't know everything about it. I don't. The Lions, listen, a lot of people will defend the Lions and say, hey, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. Why the fuck are you have a connection with an armed robbery and a kidnapping? Why do you? That's a fair question to ask. I'm not going to call somebody stupid for saying that he shouldn't be a Seahawk. I'm not. But that said, there's a lot of untapped potential, and with Julian Neal coming in, there's questions. The argument against this, and there is a fine argument against this, is that we did draft a lot of corners this year. My argument for it is if you can get him on a cheap deal. 1 year deal, prove it. Let's go and do that. That's all I'd be willing for him to do. The most I'm paying him is $5 million a year. That's it. Or for the 1 year. That's it. Anything more is ridiculous. Maybe 8 is the most I pay for. That's it. $10 million too much. This guy could be a PR problem. I don't want that on the Seahawks. I don't. But at the same time, Mike McDonald could use a guy like him. Especially, he's an experienced guy. He's been in the league a couple of years. He was hurt. He got hurt last year. He only played 8 games. But the potential's there, guys. It is. But that's it for that. Let me know what you guys think down below, because that could be an interesting debate. Because seriously, I would love to hear you guys think about that. And while you're at it, like and subscribe. Follow me on social media at Jonathan Falco Show. We've been having so much fun here. Really, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I really want to get some other stuff going with this channel. I really want to get thumbnails, maybe a little bit of some copyright-free audio. That'd be pretty cool. And let's just come and hang out. Let's come and hang out. If you're listening to this at the gym, I actually just hit some cardio a couple hours ago. Just come and relax with us, man, because this is good. This has been a lot of fun. We're gonna do some NFL stuff coming up now. We got a couple. We have one story with the other NFL news, but because frankly, again, we're in the dog days. It's July 10th, and we're sitting here having some fun. We're having some fun, just talking some football. Seahawks fans, thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you do follow on Spotify as well. If you're listening to this on Spotify, it helps out a lot, man. I'm so grateful for every single one of you that have interacted on Instagram, TikTok. You guys have freaking killed it over there. I'm going to start posting more consistently starting on Monday. I want to get a schedule going. I want to get a list of some short form content that I want to do for you guys, whether it's NFL, pro wrestling, and Seahawks, of course. That's going to be the predominant things I want to talk about over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course here on the Jonathan Falco Show. So again, thank you. But let's move on, because this next thing is just fucking whatever. Derek Carr is getting NFL interest. He is. He said that multiple teams have reached out to him, and he said that he probably won't come out of retirement to play for a team. In what world is Derek Carr a starting quarterback in 2026? Not even for the Jets. Not even for quarterback competition with Geno Smith. I would rather have Geno Smith than Derek Carr in 2026. I'm sorry, I would. Maybe I'm a little biased because I like Geno. He has a turnover problem, as Raiders fans and Seahawks fans will know that. But I think he deserves a shot with the Jets. He just got pulled over for speeding. I think he went 70 and a 40. Jeez, poor guy. But I don't see Derek Carr in any world getting NFL interest unless he's a coach. I wouldn't hate him as a QB's coach one day. I would love the idea of more NFL players coming back as coaches. Like KJ Wright with the Seahawks. He went go be linebackers coach for the Niners. He could try to work his way off. Deion Sanders is the Hall of Famer. He's coaching at Colorado. You can go down a list of a boatload of other people. Like D'Amico Ryans is a former player. Look what he's doing. Mike Vrabel just went to Super Bowl with his team. I love that. I do. Dan Campbell was a former player. I love that. I do. I want more of that. Derek Carr, I would love him to get his foot in the mud and come and be a head coach. Or a coach, period. Because he's probably not going to be a head coach right away. He's Derek Carr. He's going to get some quarterback coaching and then maybe work his way to an OC. And then who knows? Who knows from there? I'm very interested to see how that would turn out. But that said, that's it for football news. But talk a little pro wrestling here. AEW fucking rules, guys. AEW Beach Break was fucking great, man. Oh my gosh, this was on Wednesday. Oh my goodness. What a great show. This is like a pay-per-view. First off, the show itself, the atmosphere itself, felt like it was 2021 all over again. it felt so good. Not it was in Clearwater, Florida, the Bay Care Sound in Clearwater, Florida. Oh my god. What a great showcase of the AEW talent that they have. Chris Jericho faced Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa won, and even that was really good. Even that was really good. The promos, the backstage segments. I'm not gonna review the whole show for you guys, but the matches I want to talk about. Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher fucking tore it up. Kyle Fletcher's the new international champion. Great stuff, man. Oh my goodness, the storytelling, everything. Listen, the follow-up promo was kind of mid, but the match, oh man, awesome. And now next week, Don Callis made clear that Andrade is going to be challenging a returning Mark Davis. Or he could at least, excuse me, but only if he beats Jake Doyle on Dynamite. Love the storytelling, man. Let's go. AEW's back, man. I'm so happy. WWE needs to follow suit, but I love when one company is in the mud, WWE, another company just shows up. I wish they'd just both be hot together. I do. Because when WWE was hot a couple years ago, AEW was in the mud. Like, I remember, was it last year or 2 years ago when the AEW, like, released, the CM Punk footage on, like, a random fucking episode of Dynamite and the Young Bucks reacted to it? Like, CM Punk was in the WWE for a while at that point, and they were like, yeah, let's go release this shit. Like, when everyone, like, no one cared about it. They had Mox and Ospreay being the workhorse, man. That's the only kind of dud, like, kind of whatever. It's really against storytelling, though, because, they're trying to pair the Mox and Ospreay stuff together, because the Death Riders in 2026 have been fucking great. They were an eyesore in 2025. They were great in 2026. AEW's been hot since All In last year. They have been. It's been great. Ever since Jon Moxley lost the AEW World Championship, it's been great. And I hope they can actually provide an interesting feud for him. I hope they don't. I think Moxley's gonna win the title again, but I don't want them to I don't want them to lock it up again. That'd be just corny. I didn't like it. It could happen, but I wouldn't like it. The Casino Gauntlet was great. The Women's Casino Gauntlet, they opened up with Athena and Maya World. I hope that doesn't end up in their feud on ROH. I think Maya World's way too good for ROH. And Athena, I mean, is great. She needs to lose the title. I wouldn't be shocked if it was to Maya World. But I think that needs to happen sooner than later, if it does happen. I don't know the storyline between them. Apparently they have history in a Ring of Honor. It needs to happen ASAP. It needs to happen at the next pay-per-view. Athena needs to lose to Maya World, and the Forever Champion needs to come up to AEW and work with some of the best talent that they have. Because this women's division, that's the one complaint I have with Tony Khan, is his booking for women is a bit up and down. Not that he's sexist, I'm not saying that, but it needs to be better. Willow Nightingale came back. She ended up winning the Casino Gauntlet, which is great. She's gonna go and face Tekla at AEW Redemption, what I'm assuming. Which, good. And that's a bit unpredictable, because I wouldn't hate Willow and Mercedes, but I would also love Tekla and Mercedes. So I'm interested to see what they do there. Like, the storyline for All In is gonna be great. MJF, Kenny Omega. What else do I need to say? Like, MJF and Kenny Omega. They're two of the fucking best. They're two of the best. They're so good. This match was so good. If you haven't watched this entire show, go and watch it, man. This felt like 2021. Kenny Omega wins the AEW World Championship, in which some people disagree. Some people disagree because MJF and Ospreay is a damn good match. I could see them doing a triple threat to headline All In, because I don't see how you can have MJF not be in the AEW Championship picture, or at least on a very good AEW match at All In. I just don't want them to do MJF Foley. Please, no. I heard that Foley wants to come back for one more match. Please don't let it be against MJF. He's too good for that. Please. Oh my gosh. No, please. Okay. If MJF faces Mick Foley at All In, this was the wrong move. That said, if MJF is asserted into a better match, or a good match with I don't know who, or he gets inserted into the triple threat, this is the right call. It was. Ospreay should get his moment. Regardless of what you're getting, the main event of All In is going to be a fucking banger, no matter what. I'm so excited for the All In It's in a month. I'm so pumped for it. Um, and I'm excited for the future of AEW. A lot of good, and they're doing this without Tony Storm. Like they're doing AEW, great TV without Tony Storm being in the mix. There's a bunch of other people injured too. I'm just forgetting off the top of my head. Who else is injured? I'm forgetting. But Adam Cole is obviously hurt. He's been hurt for a while. I hope he comes back, man. I love Adam Cole. But obviously he has his neck stuff. Oh man, I freaking love him. He was the best wrestler in the world for 1 year, and people just forget about it. But again, before I go on my wrestling spiel, I'm actually going to wrap things up here on Jonathan Falco's show and say thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. 35 minutes ish of great stuff here. I mean, I'm having so much fun with this, and I hope you guys are too. And that's it. We're gonna go back on Monday. We're gonna break down Bo Stevens, and it's gonna be a good amount. I think we're getting the hang of this rookie breakdown stuff. I had a lot of fun with Julian Neal, and we're gonna work some magic on Monday with Bo Stevens. But for that, hopefully the schedule is actually a bit more consistent. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at Jonathan Falco Show. I deactivated the fucking X because I have no idea what the fuck to do with it, honestly. So don't bother with me on X. Follow me at Jonathan Falco at X. Jonathan Falco _ on X. Jonathan spelled JONATHAN. Go and follow me there. I sometimes tweet there. I'll be definitely tweeting more during the NFL season. I just don't see the reason for having 2 accounts. I don't. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Go Hawks.